Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Carrie and this is Carrie's Priceless WW Journey. And I wanted to come to you all today and just talk a little bit about things that I wish I had done when I first started my Weight Watchers journey. So, you know, you go through a journey like this, and along the way, you just realize certain things that, oh, I wish someone had, told me to do that, or, suggested that I do that when I'm getting started, because you don't often think about those things when you're beginning a journey like this. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. So the first thing, the number one thing that I wish I had done when I started Weight Watchers is take measurements. I did not take measurements. And I think this is really important because our bodies are changing even when the scale isn't. And yes, we can tell those things by our clothes and how they're fitting and how our tops are and different things like that. But I think being able to have a starting measurement and then being able to track that along the way is just it would be such a great tool to have. So that's the number one thing I wish I had done when I started Weight Watchers, is I wish I would have done my measurements. I still want to do my measurements, but at this stage, I want to do it more because I have started working out in the gym and I am doing some strength training, even though the month of February, I was not good at any of that. But I'm going to be committed in March. I'm going to be intentional in March. Y'all know that's my word of the year, intentional. I'm going to be intentional about getting to the gym and getting back into my routine. So I do think I might do my measurements. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do my measurements for the beginning of March and then do a video at the end of March with a comparison on what happened to my body. So maybe be looking for that. Okay, so that's the number one thing. The number two thing I wish I had done when I started my Weight Watchers program is taken really good before pictures. So I have mentioned before, when I started my weight loss journey, I began by doing an Herbalife challenge, and it was like a 21-day challenge. And you drank your shake for breakfast, your shake for lunch, and then a sensible dinner, and you had like sensible snacks. And so that was how I started my weight loss journey. Realized for me that wasn't going to be a sustainable lifestyle, and so towards the end of that challenge, I switched over to Weight Watchers, and that's when I began my Weight Watchers in January of 2019. So, but when I started the Herbalife challenge, one of their requirements for being a part of the challenge that they were doing was to send before pictures. Reluctantly, I took photos of myself in a sports bra and leggings and sent them to
a complete stranger.
Yes, I sent those photos of myself, hideous photos of myself, the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life, to a stranger. And they were horrible photos. I have shared them and I'm going to insert them here. They are horrible. But I wish I had done good pictures. Like, I wish I had really thought about it. Like, these were literally me taking a picture of myself in a mirror. They were bad. But I wish I had had somebody take pictures of me. That way, both, I like the idea of doing the sports bra and the legging type thing, because you can really see the changes in just like your hips and around where your bra, connects and all that. So I like that. You don't have to share them with anybody. They should just be for you. But I think not doing just the mirror picture will work. It will. But letting somebody, your spouse, your best friend, somebody you trust with that, take those photos of you, I think is just really important. The other thing that I would have done related to before pictures is I would have had somebody take a couple of good before pictures of me dressed. So I, like probably many of you, have always been the person that would hide behind my husband or put my daughter in front of me and poke my head around her. Like, I always hid my body any way that I could in photos. And so I don't have many photos of me, of my body, before. And so I wish I had, done my hair and makeup and put on something cute and taken a couple of before pictures just to have for myself, and also to be able to put together later on and really share where I came from. And so those are two things. So that's number one. And number two, the number three thing that I wish I had done is journaled. I'm not a big journal person anyway, but you change, your mental state changes along the way, how you approach things changes along the way. In the beginning, it's like you think you're dying. I remember being so hungry and I wasn't hungry. My body wasn't really hungry, but my mind thought that I was hungry. I would just put myself to bed. I would just go to bed at night and just be like, if I just go to bed, I can start back over with new points in the morning and life will be okay. Mentally, that changed for me along the way. And so I wish that I had journaled how it made me feel on my weigh-in days. At the beginning of my journey, I was an online only member, so I didn't even have that. Those of you that go to a workshop, how when you're with your guide and you're getting weighed and they go, "Oh, Carrie, you had such a good week. What did you do this week? It was such a good week. That's so great. I'm so happy for you." And that just lifts you up. Well, when you're doing online only, there's nobody to tell you that, you're excited because you're seeing the scale move down, but you don't have anybody, kind of cheerleading for you. Now, I did have kind of a group message going with my daughters and with my cousin, and I would send them updates, on my weigh-in morning of where I was at and what I was doing. And so I did have support. But I wish I had a journal of those times when, especially when I realized, oh my gosh, this is working. Because when I signed up for WW, I never expected it to work. Never. I thought, well, I'll give it a try, along with everything else I've ever tried. But I never expected it to work. And so I wish I had journaled along the way. And I encourage you, even if you're not a person who journals, just on weigh-in day, just write down, this is my, what the scale did. This is how it made me feel. These are the things that I know I did good this week. These are the things that I could have done better this week. That way you have some place when you do hit a bump in the road, or you kind of stall, or all the different things that happen along a weight loss journey, you have something to kind of look back on and reflect. Now, the Weight Watchers app is great. They send you little, motivational things along the way. You had a good week, you tracked well, it looked like you stayed within your points, those kind of things, and that's great. And it also keeps the historical information of where you've been, so you can scroll back and look at that. I usually look at the end of my month and kind of see, I'm not a blue dot chaser, but I was earlier in my journey. And I like to look at the end of the month at that section, and I'll try to remember to put a clip in here of it, but that section of the app where it shows you how many blue dots you did get during the month, because then it's kind of a way for me to look and go, oh, look, I had a really, I had a good month. I was within my eating range all but 5 days, or all but 4 days, or 6 days, or whatever, and just kind of give yourself that encouragement. So I encourage you to maybe start a journal if you are just getting started on this journey. So those are the top 3 things that I wish I had done when I started my weight loss program, when I started WW. And I just encourage you to maybe think about taking those photos, getting some measurements written down, journaling, or coming up with some way to track your progress. So let me know in the comment section of this video if you've done any of those things. Did you think to take your measurements when you got started, and how has that helped you along your journey? Or, did you take your before pictures? Have you journaled? I'd love to hear about your experiences during your journey. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload new content. Have a great day. See you next time.